Hello guys and welcome to another video here on the Mad Chili channel. Today it is time for a bit of an unusual video really. It's time for a track guide. And what I mean by that is, well, lots of iRacers, I've seen on YouTube lots of different track guides about how people like to do their racing, They basically say, look, here is the lap time I've set, here's a replay of it, I'll talk you through it. There's quite a lot of them on YouTube, particularly to do with GT3 and plenty of the series as well. And I thought, well, I'd like to do track guides, but I don't just want them to be the same as every other YouTuber. So I've come up with this new series. This is the first episode in the series that I aim to do every week. And it is an average iRacer's guide to ... So this is an average iRacer's guide to GT3 fixed at Hockenheim. Now, you may wonder why it's called that again. So an average iRacer, personally, I class myself as roughly around 2,000 iRating. Maybe slightly less than that in a GT3, maybe slightly more. It stutters based on track to track. At Lime Rock Park, or Watkins Glen, I'd say I'm safely above 2,500. At other tracks, Spa, for example, I'm nowhere near that. So, it does vary. I'd say I'm slightly better than most iRacers, but I'm definitely not an alien. I'm definitely not crazy quick. So, that's kind of the purpose of these. It's kind of see what a driver like me, with roughly 2,000 iRating, does. Also, another part of the average iRacer's guide, this will be done with an iRacing free setup, as in one of the ones you get given from the start in iRacing. Now, the series can be used for GT3 fixed, and that will be the exact same setup that is used. It can also be used for VRS GT Sprint as well. However, in the case of VRS GT3 Sprint, using an iRacing free setup may give you a slight disadvantage. Although, personally, in the Audi, that's why I'm using the Audi in these videos, I think the Audi is actually really good in these things. I think it's a really, really cool car. I've tried the Lamborghini on the medium downforce setup, I've tried the Ferrari on the medium downforce setup, and I've tried the Audi in the medium downforce setup, and the Audi is the only one I like driving. The others are not very good at all. So, we'll see. But anyway, let's get on with actually recording the video then. So, we're here, getting ready to show you my track guide. So, just going to have to try the right lap here a minute. There we are. So you can see, there we go, that was my best lap. Excellent. So, my best lap time was a 1 minute 38.674. I have no idea how good that is, as there's not been much practice. However, I was in a session that had been running for about an hour, and I'd been doing half an hour of practice, and these were the lap times here. I've blacked out the names, just in case the people in the session don't want me to share their names. So, we'll just have the practice times, and you can see here, obviously, I don't totally know what guide this is, because this was in an iRacing UK community practice session, and there was no restriction on setups. So some people could have been using qualifying fuel, some people could have been using something from Craig's setup shop or VRS. It didn't matter, and I was using an iRacing default setup, which can cost you about half a second a lap. Although in the Audi, I personally think it's quite good. So anyway, enough talking. I mean, there will be less talking than that in most of these. The only reason I was talking in this one is just to give you an introduction to what the series is about. So first of all, we're at Hockenheim, and let's actually get on with the lap itself. So I'll go ahead and unpause and hide. You can see here coming into turn 1 here. Pretty nice turn 1. And I'll just be quiet for now. are. So, you can see there is the lap, and I think it was a pretty good lap, and, you know, there's definitely some small room for improvement. That lap has an optimum of a 1 minute 38.4, so he could have gone potentially 0.2 of a second better if I put all my best sectors together, and there's definitely room for improvement there. That was after about 35 minutes practice, you can see there, 18 laps. So, fair amount of practice, fair amount of laps. And let's actually walk through the lap a bit more in detail now. So you can see, hopefully this is useful, by the way. To anyone watching, I haven't really mentioned it, but I hope this is useful. I'm definitely not the quickest iRacer, but hopefully this helps people, particularly around 1,000 rating, who maybe aren't quite quick enough to benefit from the alien track guides that people put out, but this will be a nice stepping stone to those faster track guides. Anyway, let's actually get on with a bit more of an in-detail analysis of this lap then. So we'll go ahead outside. You can see there's my Audi R8 GT3. Where is it? Chase. There we go. So you can see we've got a chase cam. I think we'll just keep it in the cockpit cam though. And you can see here we are heading along turn 1, nice and straight up the left, and head here into this corner here. This is pretty much a flat out right corner, braking between the 100 and the 50. Just imagine that there is a 75 board there. That's roughly where you want to be braking. You can see there, very light on the brakes. I'm a bit heavy actually. I think you could probably go slightly quicker through this corner, but do be mindful. This curb here that I ran out on, if you go a little bit further out onto that green thing, you'll get an off track. You could probably go slightly further out than I did, but I don't think you could go much further, otherwise you'd get an off track. So, again, you could probably go slightly quicker through that turn there, but I don't imagine much quicker. Right, heading down towards the next corner now. This is into quite a sharp corner. I like to brake roughly at the start of that grey bit of road there, that runoff area. Just start braking. There you go. You can see probably shortly before there. Start braking about here, look. So you just come into it and then full brakes after you use that point. Down to second gear, make a right turn. This is a pretty good turn, actually. And then I like to go out wide. I don't know if this is, you know, out on the inside. Don't know if that's really the quickest, but I think it's the quickest. Cut this curb a little bit, out wide, and then basically hug the inside then all the way round this bend here. Now coming up is the hairpin. This is the corner that I definitely need improvement on. All the others I'd say I'm pretty quick. This one I still haven't quite worked out, but a good idea seems to be to start braking as the car starts approaching this blue and white curb here. That's where it's a good idea to start braking. Start braking here. Again, I'm using full force because I have G920 pedals. Maybe if you're using load cell pedals, it'll be a bit different. I start turning in, then a little bit of trail braking to help get the car turned, and then off again. Now, this corner coming up now, it's flat out. It's a good idea to basically cut it as much as you can, just minimise the distance, and then start braking into this corner just as this apex stops, just as that curve stops and transitions into grass. Start braking right there, down to second, and then make a left turn so you can clip that little apex there. You can see I'm quite close to it, but not. I could be slightly quicker, and you can see it cut that curve a little bit, and then you can run out on that corner, basically half throttle through all of this, and then accelerating out wide here. Again, don't go over that sausage curb there, that'll get you off track as well, so you don't want to do that. Then a little bit of braking for this corner, about 4th gear, hit the curb here, and then be very careful on power on, because you do not want to end up that sand there. If you get a wheel on that, you're dead, so you don't want to do that. And then back into the car, braking at about the 50 board there, down 2nd gear, left turn, and make sure you don't cut too much of that hairpin, otherwise you get a slowdown. Also, it may spin the car out. You can see half throttle out of here because the elevation change makes the car get a little bit unsettled. Also, you can use as much as that green curb as you like. You do not get an off track out there, so you can use that all you want. Right there, So on this lap, I didn't do it, but you can actually cut that little green bit there a little bit, and it doesn't matter. Down to third here, and you can see my gearing on this lap was a little bit halfway between second and third. I find, at least on this medium downforce setup, that it can be a little bit understeery, so that's why. Because also you can't go beyond that sausage curb there, because you'll get an off-track for that as well. And then pretty much full throttle when, once you're halfway through the last corner. Again, you can basically extend the track as much as you like there without an off-track. And across the line, and that was a 1 minute 38.674. Nowhere near the quickest lap time possible around Hockenheim. Some people said, you know, a few people in the session I was in were managing a little bit better than that, although I have no idea which setup they were using. This was on race fuel, using the iRacing medium downforce sprint setup. So it's included with iRacing. Full race fuel, I think this lap was probably set on about 50 litres out of 60, because I'd done a couple of laps beforehand. So pretty much a full tank. And that's about it. I hope everyone enjoys this series, something a little bit different. And, you know, if you guys want me to make it a weekly thing, then I will. If they're helpful, let me know. And, well, until then, I hope everyone enjoyed. And, by the way, the lack of iRacing content lately, just to inform you, has kind of been because of, well, just kind of the time to record things, and also I really wanted to do a touring car race for you guys, and I started recording it, and I got took out on the first lap, for the third corner. So, you know, I got rammed, I span out, I saved it, and then the same guy that rammed me originally rammed me again. Not good driving at all from him. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video, and bye!